Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My pleasure to be here and to introduce about UnionPay. Firstly, what's a UnionPay? UnionPay is a card scheme for travelers. It's a payment. It's to replace cash for the payment. Firstly, about UnionPay. UnionPay was established year 2002 in Shanghai. Until now, UnionPay is still the only interbank network in China. And we do lots of things, certainly, as a card scheme, including the interbank network processing standard, etc. But I think for the players for the tourists, not much too details about this side. UnionPay International is a wholly owned subsidiary of China UnionPay, which is responsible for our overseas business, means overseas acceptance of the UnionPay card payment and overseas issuing, etc. We have lots of partners, certainly. Also, I saw some of our partners like Global Blue and some others are also here to attend this conference for our old friend and also lots of new friends here. Overseas business, this is important for the travelers. Currently, UnionPay cards can be used in 182 countries. Actually, by the end of last year, we have 6 more countries began to accept UnionPay cards. So currently, the latest numbers are 168 countries accept UnionPay cards. Some numbers about the UnionPay cards. Globally, there are 45 million merchants accept our cards. About 50% in China, 50% in other countries and regions, and also 2.5 million ATMs globally, which including 1.6 million outside mainland China. So travelers can either pay by their card to the merchant or withdraw cash from the ATM. Our latest figures, by the end of last year, totally there are more than 6 billion cards issued globally. So by the number of cards issued, UnionPay has been globally the #1 card scheme. Compare all others. About tourists, I think I have less information than all of the people here about tourists because you are the insider for the tourist industry. So if any mistake, forgive me, but I monitor this kind of information and provide our service to them. That is why I have this data here. Firstly, China is already the #1 for source of outbound tourists. Some breakdown about Chinese tourists. Nowadays, it's estimated even 60% tourists are FIT, free itinerary tourists, which is really, encouraging also for our business because it means people will use their cards everywhere. Total spending of the Chinese tourists, by the estimation of the Chinese tourist bureau, year 2016, 89 billion euro spending globally by Chinese tourists. But I want to say that actually this number, the 89 billion euro spending by Chinese tourists is underestimated because if just by all overseas transactions, it's already far beyond this number. So I think Chinese tourists has more contribution for the global economy. And also the source of Chinese tourists. Several years ago, they are mainly from the major cities, Beijing, Shanghai, Guangzhou, Shenzhen, etc. But nowadays, you need to know that from the western part, especially Chongqing, Sichuan, there are more and more Chinese tourists to other countries and regions. Consumption. This is a very interesting breakdown for their consumption by our transaction number. So, averagely, most Chinese tourists for their consumption is about 650 euro. But you may say that's only a very few percentage is just after 650 euro. Most of them spending much more. You may say that's almost 50 or 60%, spending actually more than 1,000 euro. Top destination in Europe. Mainly it's five major routing of Chinese tourists to Europe. First one is a very classical and typical one. And also currently there are most of the Chinese tourists to Europe. It's including France, Italy, Switzerland, Germany. And then Britain and Ireland. The next one, Spain, Portugal, the Iberia part. And currently the CE region is also increasing CE region and Nordic region is also increasing very quickly. And this is some by countries. To support the Chinese tourists and also support our payment, we have also lots of promotion campaign, etc. for all of the major countries and also major industries in Europe. Last part, I may mention something about our mobile payment. Certainly for UnionPay card, it's mainly used on ATM and the POS terminals, and we have very large transaction volume, but still, a mobile payment for outbound travelers is also developed very quickly. Something must have for Chinese tourists, you may say that's UnionPay cards acceptance and also mobile payment, like Apple Pay, Huawei Pay, Mi Pay, Samsung Pay, etc. It's also very important for Chinese tourists. Our cards and mobile payment can be used for almost all of the scenario. Just one location our cards cannot be used. It's here, this casino. Our cards are not allowed to use in any casino. It's by the policy of the Central Bank of China. Mobile solution. For our mobile solution, we have all the product. We have the full weapon for the mobile solution. We have not only the NFC-based technology, we have also the QR code payment. We have the in-app online payment. We have also integrated standardized app for all of our member banks. This is just have a look how this standardized app for all of the banks in China. In this app, we have not only the payment function, but we have also lots of promotion, including the Uplan, which is a specific cashback platform for our cardholders. Thank you. That's all. Yeah. Any questions? Please feel free to ask me. Yeah.